Yorker's going to come out. And if it's another blow, I said I can take it, but I don't need it right now. So now the article comes out, and I like it because the man sees the artist behind the polemics rather than just the polemicist behind the art. You understand that? It's all a matter of set and frame. If you study Psychology 101, there was a basic lesson in set and frame. What is the set? What is the frame? And unfortunately, we live in a society where people have reversed the set and frame. I'll be right back.
No one else can say it that clear and that precise. And he has passion, of course.
The Savage Nation, weekday afternoons 3 to 7. Talk 910, KNEW.
To me, it's to have and to have not. I know that that's not the exact German translation. Sounds like to have and to have not. Whatever. It is the Savage Nation. You're listening to the music of Rammstein, which is good. 9. My lucky number 9. All right, turn it off. Now, let's move on. Let me finish that last monologue. So I'm telling you what happened. And the article comes out in the New Yorker. I'm expecting the worst because I'm defensive about the media, and I had no idea which way it was going to go. And the reason I agreed to the interview is because I knew he was going to do it anyway. And I figured, I know one thing about myself, which is that no matter what people think of me from a distance, when they meet me and spend time with me, they come away with a different view because I'm not what they heard about. I'm a different person. They have no idea the depth of my background, my learning, etc., nor the humanity that they feel. So anyway, I said, I'll take a chance. Guy comes out, blah, blah, blah. I liked him. I didn't know whether it was going to be good or bad. I had no idea. My instincts were take a chance on the guy because he was, listen to why. He was a jazz writer for the the journalist, whatever you want to call him. He was a jazz writer for the New York Times for 7 years. Now, anyone who writes on jazz is a man who listens to the music. So anyone who has an ear to listen to jazz is capable of understanding subtlety, capable of understanding chord changes, variations. So I figure, okay, if he's listening this carefully to my show, as his emails seem to reflect, then he must really be hearing me. And I was right. Don't you understand? I took a chance, gambled on a human being, and I was right. It wasn't a hit piece. But the way it left me was like I fell off Mount Olympus. Or it's more like the myth of Sisyphus in reverse. I got to the top, instead of having pushed the rock up again, I fell down the other side.
Savage. This is the Savage Nation on Talk 910 KNEW.
1/3 of the entire Recovery Act is for tax relief for you. You may not notice it, but 1/3 of it is going to tax breaks to individuals and small businesses. That's money in your pocket to buy cupcakes and other necessities of life.
Well, Gallup says Obama hits new low. That we know. And the vote on the health care, meaning socialized medicine, is going to October. Nancy Pelosi lost. He lost. Rahm Emanuel lost. The guy with the mustache, who looks like he's from the UJA, lost. It's unbelievable to me how they're going to try and spin this. The American people have just missed an 88 millimeter, howitzer shell coming at them. They missed it. It misfired. And his disapproval rating is in the toilet. It's gone down. Demographic groups. Obama approval slips 3 points in 1 week. Now that's according to Gallup. And that's obviously because the man has bitten off more than he can chew. He's pushed the country too far to the left too fast. He's not giving people a chance to absorb what he's doing so they can decide for themselves. He's trying to be a dictator, and the people don't like dictators, whether they're on the left or the right. The American people are a fair-minded people. They don't like dictators, no matter how many spinmeisters they may have in the media. They don't like dictators. And in this case, he lost. You know what I'm saying? Military planning for possible H1N1 outbreak provides support for large-scale testing. Hell no, we won't go. I am not going to permit the government to test me for the flu. I would go to jail before I'd let them do that. I'll tell you right now. I don't trust them. I don't trust Big Sis, because I wrote Big Sis as a miss a long time ago. It's being used by everyone now. I love Napolitano urges collective fight against terrorism. There is no terrorism. I actually fear the Homeland Security Department more than I do terrorists right now. I have more of a fear of big government than I do of al-Qaeda. I didn't say that there aren't al-Qaeda operatives that would like to hurt us. I agree there are. But we have the FBI, we have local police. This gargantuan agency called Homeland Security, to me, under this woman, frightens me. And as I remind you, we're not supposed to be frightened of this government, of any government. I told you that after the firebombing of Dresden in World War II by Allied bombers, the reason the German people didn't turn against the Nazi regime, historians say, is because they feared their own government more than they did Allied bombs. Now, if you want to live in a country where you fear your government more than you do al-Qaeda, you can count me out. Right now, it might be 50-50. I'm not so sure I trust this government very much. I don't like where they're coming from. I don't like them targeting returning veterans. I don't like them targeting people who went to tea parties. I don't like them naming people who are anti-abortion. It bothers me very deeply that we have an administration that is so out of touch with the majority of American people that they dare target them as potential terrorists, my friends. So, therefore, I am. I speak, therefore, I am. 1-800-449-8255. What would you like to talk about? They lost, we won. I'm not so sure that when this comes up in October, it's going to even resemble what Obamacare is right now. I don't think that they're going to get this through in any way, shape. It'll be a modified health care reform package. Can anyone listening to this show honestly tell me that they personally want to see their taxes go up to provide health care, 100% gold-plated health care for illegal aliens? Do you know that the Democrats insisted that illegal aliens be included in any new health care reform package? Can you believe the nerve of these people and the insanity of these people that they would so cater to La Raza like this? What nation on earth can survive with dunces like this? The answer is none. Thank God the people spoke. I only wish that we had a parliamentary system and the government would have to hold elections right now. I'm not sure Obama could win. Did you hear what I said? If we still had a Republican Party with a scintilla of conservatism in it, I'm pretty sure the Obama administration could not win if the election were held today. And I'll put that to you right now. I would say that there's more voter remorse with this man than with any other president in modern history, because there was a greater con in getting this guy over the finish line than with any president in history. Never before has anyone seen a con like this. Think about it. You never heard of him 2 years ago. Unknown, radical left-wing senator from Chicago. Unknown. Where did he come from? Oh, he cured polio? He cured cancer? He was a combat veteran in Iraq who won the Silver Star and a Bronze Star? He did nothing. The man put posters on telephone poles as a community activist. He was a front man for the Chicago Daily Machine, according to everyone who knows what's going on and who's in the White House. So now everyone's slowly catching on. When I say everyone, I don't mean the diehard Democrats. I don't mean the illegal aliens. I don't mean the government workers themselves. I don't mean the special interests who want to see the man thrive. I mean everyone in the independent column who will determine this election. There were probably at least 5 million potential Republicans who turned away from the Republican Party because of McCain. If they had run anyone who was conservative, they would have won. They didn't want Obama. It was a vote against McCain. McCain was a hack. McCain was Bush 2. McCain was a fraud. McCain the shame. McCain McShame. You know, you want me to relive that for you? I can't relive it for you. I did it too many times already on the show, and I don't want to do it anymore. In fact, I'd rather go back to the myth of Sisyphus for 1 minute, because I started it before the last break. So I said to you, so when the New Yorker article comes out, it's more like the myth of Sisyphus in reverse, where in the myth of Sisyphus, a man is condemned to a hell where he has to push a large boulder up a mountain every day, only to see it roll down the other side, and then he has to go down to the other side and push it back up to the top, and he does that for eternity. That's the myth of Sisyphus. It was popularized by Albert Camus in one of his short books in the 50s, The Myth of Sisyphus. But it has great meaning to people who are productive because it feels like we're rolling boulders up against a large incline every day, only to see it fall down the other side, having to roll it up the other side the next day. Now, New Yorker comes out. It's as though I pushed the boulder. It did go down the other side, but it pulled me down, number one, and I don't have to push it up anymore because I'm through. I ain't going there. I'm not pushing up. No more boulders for me. That's what I'm getting at. That's why I was exhausted yesterday. It's like I'm on a plateau and I'm staying here. I'm going to beat them in Britain. With your help, with listeners like you, with contributors like you, with the momentum I have going, with what's coming out, with the article that just came out in the New York Post, condemned by their own laptops, with the discovery process, I am going to win. I already won in the